Welcome to Grim Lore Tales, where we delve into the darkest mysteries. We journey through history, uncovering chilling tales of disappearances, murders, and unexplained phenomena. Make sure to subscribe to never miss out on our weekly videos. In this video, we will talk about the vanishing of Dorothy Arnold and the circumstances surrounding her disappearance, which have never been resolved, and her fate remains unknown to this day. Before we delve into the chilling mystery of her vanishing, let's first get acquainted with her. Dorothy Harriet Camille Arnold was born on July 1st, 1885, in New York City, to William Arnold and Mary Parks Arnold. Dorothy hailed from a prominent and affluent family. Her father, William, was a successful importer and manufacturer of perfumes. Her mother, Mary, was a socialite, known for her involvement in charitable organizations and high society events. Growing up in the lavish surroundings of New York's upper class, Dorothy enjoyed a privileged upbringing filled with opportunities and privileges. As she came of age, Dorothy was known for her intelligence, charm, and vivacious personality, making her a popular figure among New York's elite social circles. But beneath the veneer of wealth and social status, Dorothy harbored dreams and aspirations of her own, ones that would ultimately lead her down a path shrouded in mystery and intrigue. On the morning of December 12, 1910, the 25-year-old woman left her family home in the Upper East Side of Manhattan. She told her mother that she was heading downtown to buy an evening dress. When Mrs. Arnold offered to accompany her, Dorothy declined, saying that when she finds the gown she wants, she will telephone her mother and she can come down and see it. When she departed at 11:30 a.m., her family believed Dorothy had around $30 in her purse. She strolled down Fifth Avenue, pausing at a grocery store on 59th Street to purchase chocolates. Continuing her journey, she stopped at Brentano's, a bookstore on 27th Street, where she acquired a copy of Engaged Girl Sketches, a collection of slightly humorous, short romantic stories. At approximately 2 p.m., she encountered an old college friend. The two reminisced about an upcoming party they were both invited to, the very event Dorothy was supposedly shopping for a dress. After their conversation, her friend left to join her mother for lunch, and Dorothy vanished without a trace. As Dorothy failed to return home for dinner that night, her family grew increasingly concerned. The following morning, they commenced reaching out to Dorothy's friends. By evening, with still no word on Dorothy's whereabouts, the family enlisted the help of private investigators. These investigators tirelessly scoured hospitals, morgues, and even prisons in search of Dorothy. They extended their search to her friends in Boston, Washington, D.C., and other cities, yet yielded no leads. Detectives in Europe even monitored arrivals from the U.S. by ship, hoping to catch sight of Dorothy among the disembarking passengers. Unfortunately, their efforts proved fruitless. After exhausting all avenues without success, the family made the difficult decision to publicly announce Dorothy's disappearance on January 25th, a full 6 weeks after she was last seen, in the hope that more clues would emerge. Despite offering a $1,000 reward, no leads materialized in the search for Dorothy Arnold. As days turned into weeks, and weeks into months, hopes of finding Dorothy alive began to fade, leaving behind a sense of unease and mystery. The first theory suggests that Dorothy had gone to Europe. After searching her bedroom, investigators found information Dorothy had collected about various ocean liners she could take to Europe. On February 6, 1911, Mr. Arnold received a postcard that had been sent from New York City that stated, quote, "I am safe," and appeared to be signed by Dorothy. Mr. Arnold, however, insisted it was fake, and that whoever wrote it merely copied Dorothy's handwriting samples that were published in the newspaper. Casting doubt on the theory that Dorothy ran away is the fact that she left behind practically all of her valuables, expensive jewelry that could have been sold to help her journey. Another theory is that Dorothy was kidnapped and murdered. This is the theory that Dorothy's father eventually came to accept as what happened to his daughter. In the absence of clues, the family came to believe this was the only logical explanation. By April, the family was so convinced their daughter was dead that they started requesting the police give up the case. In fact, both her parents evidently wrote Dorothy out their wills because they were so certain she would not resurface. Perhaps the strongest lead in the murder theory comes from one Edward Glenmorris. He was an inmate who wanted to confess what he did because he claimed to have found God and wants no more guilt on his consciousness. In what he remembered being December of 1910, a man at a bar called Benoit asked for help from him and another man that some reports named Little Louis. Benoit, Glenn, and Little Louis were tasked with moving an unconscious woman from a house in New Rochelle to a home up the Hudson near West Point. The next day, Glenn was informed that the woman had died, and he was asked to return to the West Point home to help bury her. Glenn allegedly buried the woman under a concrete floor in the basement and was paid $250 for his involvement by a wealthy-looking man. There has been some speculations that man who paid Glenn could have been George Griscom, a friend of Dorothy, though there's no hard evidence to support this. The final theory is that Dorothy accidentally died during an abortion. In April 1914, the Pittsburgh home of one Dr. Meredith was raided by police. Meredith, his nurse, and another doctor called Lutz were all arrested. The home was used as a private office where women could come seeking abortions. Lutz made a statement to the DA that at one time Meredith had told him Dorothy Arnold had been one of his patients. From the way Meredith spoke of her, Lutz inferred that she had died and her body had been cremated in Meredith's office. In all theories discussed, none had enough evidence to conclude the fate of Dorothy and put an end to the mystery surrounding her vanishing. And there you have it, 3 main theories surrounding the disappearance of Dorothy Arnold. But the mystery is far from solved. Over the years, countless other theories and sightings have emerged, adding layers of complexity to an already enigmatic case. Some claim to have seen Dorothy in various locations across different states, while others speculate about her fate based on reports in newspapers and publications of the time. The truth may never be known, but one thing is certain: the story of Dorothy Arnold's disappearance continues to captivate and intrigue those who dare to delve into its dark and mysterious depths. Thank you so much for joining me on this adventure. If you enjoyed the content and would like more videos, make sure to drop a like and subscribe to never miss out on my weekly uploads. See you in the next one.